If you have clicked on this video, either you are experiencing FOMO or you want to know more about FOMO and how to deal with it, or rather understand how FOMO works. Either way, you made a right choice by clicking on this video to watch. Let's get real for a second. Have you ever felt like the whole world is moving in a different pace and your life is actually stuck at one point, and your friends are actually thriving and you are the only one who's stuck in this rabbit hole of a boring life? You're the only one who's not going to cool party, not buying that latest phone, not quitting your job to travel around the world or launch a startup. Yep, that's FOMO, the fear of missing out. And it's something almost all of us deal with at some point. But where does it come from? What exactly it is doing to us? Why is it getting worse lately? And what can we do about it without going off the grid? Let's start with a fun fact. The term FOMO was actually coined back in 2004 by marketing strategist Patrick J. McGinnis in a Harvard Business School article. But the feeling itself is there around us way longer than what you could imagine. Ancient philosophers have even hinted at envy, longing, and the ache of missing the opportunities, or something on a similar note that what you feel today is as a fear of missing out. So the difference now is FOMO isn't just a feeling we stumble into. It's a feeling that we live with every day. Thanks to social media, we carry the whole world's highlights in our pockets, which makes us feel quite insecure and fear of missing out, and also the feeling of self-esteem which is becoming low. And here's where psychology kicks in. Our brains are wired for survival. For centuries, staying connected to the group means safety. Being excluded could literally be dangerous. Fast forward to now, our brain still reacts to social exclusion as a threat. The amygdala, the part responsible for fear and emotional response, lights up when we feel left out. At the same time, dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, spikes when we engage with things that promise pleasure or inclusion. So, when we scroll, compare, and crave for attention what others have, it's not weakness, it's biology. But when you understand it, it gives you the power to control over and think about it in the right direction. In this video, let's see how FOMO works and what is the science behind it and what is it actually that is doing to us and how it messes with our decisions, and most importantly, how we can beat it without ditching tech or turning into a monk. Let's dive in. Let's rewind a bit. FOMO isn't a brand new idea that started a few decades ago. We've always had our little comparison going on even before the internet started. But here's the thing, before the social media and all the internet and the buzz around it, so you'd only compare yourself with your neighbors, couple of friends, your classmates, or even maybe a few celebrities that you follow or read in the newspapers, right? But now you are comparing your life to millions of people. Every vacation photo, every I just got promoted post, every look at my perfect life story. It is no longer fear of missing out. It is more than that. It is fear of not being just enough for the society, and it's a feeling that you constantly have on your self-esteem and thinking very small about yourself. FOMO isn't just about missing parties, right? It creeps into almost everything and anything that happens around you and in your life. You see a friend investing in crypto and suddenly you feel left behind. You hear someone got a promotion, you start questioning your career and your choices that you've made so far. Every quiet weekend feels like boring when compared to someone else's epic getaway. You don't know their struggles, you don't know what they are planning in their life, but you just start comparing yourself with them and see, why am I not that? Why am I not this? Why can't I invest in this way? Why can't I take that trip? FOMO isn't just comparison, it's anxiety. It accounts for your anxiety in a major way. It rushes your decisions. It pushes you to spend more than what you've planned, and also chasing goals which doesn't even matter to you in the longer run, which you don't even care probably in your entire life, which will not bring any good to you or your family or the people whom you care about, right? So this is how FOMO actually attacks you in a way that you can't even imagine. This is something that is serious impact on your mental health, but at the same time, acceptance is the first step to make things right. Let's be real. Social media didn't invent FOMO, but it actually put it on steroids. These social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, or even for that matter, YouTube Shorts, right? So these are actually designed for revenue generation in terms of social marketing and also get people hooked on to their content, right? These are designed in a very well curated filtered and staged aspect to feature the content that they want to promote. So when everyone's best 5% of life is promoted in this social media, you start comparing it to your 100% unfiltered life. So that is the main reason why FOMO kicks in, and why you start comparing yourself to the entire crowd out there, and have this low self-esteem. When you see someone's beach photo, you did not even see the stress before they plan this entire trip. So when you see a happy couple posting their pictures and also their a good moments, you never see their 95% of the day how they actually turn out to be cats and dogs with each other, and how they fight together, and how their life even looks like. It's just that curated 5% good moments that they post on the social media, right? Or for example, the entrepreneur success, when he posts something on the social media to promote his product, you don't know his struggle behind the 5 years or 10 years or whatever it is that he has done to make this business grow and see the success today. So you can't really just compare your unfiltered 100% life to all of this filtered, curated, and designed to promote the value or the ads or the products that they deal with on the social media. Like, some people use social media as their travel journals, so that's an entirely different story. But the point is, you are comparing it to the 5% filtered and curated content to your 100% unfiltered life. That is totally unfair, and you're being really hard on yourself there. But our brain doesn't process all these nuances, right? It just sees the shiny surface and feels behind and start comparing. So that's how our brain works. So it's up to us how to take control over it and see what really matters to us, and what do we even take away from all of the social media consumptions that we do. So social media isn't actually promoting FOMO, but it is us. It is us, the consumers, who are actually creating FOMO for ourselves by comparing and by looking at the content that doesn't even matter to us, or rather that doesn't even take us anywhere in our life. FOMO will not just stop you where you will be kind of anxious or you will be comparing yourself to the entire crowd out there, but it also pushes you to take decisions which you might also probably regret later, or rather which wouldn't even matter to you in the longer run. Whenever you want to take a decisions out of FOMO, so the art of saying no should actually kick in. Also, these decisions which caused by FOMO, right, it always convinces us that when we have more options, it's the better life. But constantly saying yes to everything, that will definitely leads you to burnout and very less fulfillment, to be honest. And you will have to keep up, and you will have to put a fake face in front of the society to keep up these nuances, and also something which is totally not you, that will burn out your body more than what you could think of, or it will have a very bad impact on your health. I'll be honest, I've been there, just like most of you, who is actually experiencing FOMO, and also who would want to keep up with the trend, and who would want to be part of every single group, who would want to be part of every single trip that your friends take up with, and also going with the tech trends, and also to make myself put out to the public more than what it is required. I was there and I experienced it, but it only caused me burnout, and also I was quite mentally tired, and I was really not in the place where I wanted to be, and it always put me in quite anxiety mode, and also quite stressed. And next, what do I keep up with? What do I do with that? What do I do with this? So it's always the constant questions to ask yourself, and as well, like, what do I do next in terms of keeping up with this entire trend that is going on, right? So it will not just lead you to burnout, but it will also make your life kind of focused in the direction which is not particularly where you want to go. So that is quite disturbing, right? Because you would have had a goals that is set in another direction, and if you are following with the trend that is not fetching you anything, or rather that doesn't even have any impact on your life, that you're leading with your family, you are in the wrong direction, obviously. So there was a moment where I asked myself that, is it really necessary that I keep up with all of these trends? Everywhere I travel, I post a video or a photo or an image about me having a good time with my family. Was it necessary at all? These questions actually made me retrospect on the take on the trends, and also the feelings that I used to feel. And trust me, once I decided that let me not just post anything on social media for next 3 to 6 months. It gave me a very good peace of mind, and also it helped me in navigating my decisions in a right way, because these things will actually let you know what matters the most to you in life, and these questions should actually answer to you in thinking in the direction what matters to you the most, and to achieve the goals that you've set in your life, and not to please the people on social media or follow the millions of people out there and trends that you follow. Shifting my mindset was actually not that simple, right? So here's the reframe. FOMO assumes something better is always happening elsewhere. Person who is experiencing the FOMO, he always thinks that the best thing is happening somewhere out where I'm not there. So that's the kind of feeling that everybody has and everybody experiences when they go through with FOMO. What they don't realize is the best thing is already happening in at the place where they are, just right here, right there, wherever they are. You are exactly where you need to be, and you don't really need to have your mental space put somewhere else where it doesn't really matter to you. So you assume that best thing is happening somewhere else and not at the place where you are. You will not enjoy the moment. You will not be completely 100% present in the place where you are. Missing out means sometimes it's a gift. More space, more clarity, and less noise. These things should actually take you for a better space to think that missing out on this particular event or a party or not buying this gadget is a good thing for me because of whatever the reasons it is. So if you navigate your mindset in this aspect, it always brings you good clarity on the decisions that you make, and also it gives you a very good idea about what you really need in your life. Let's flip FOMO into something called as JOMO, right? The joy of missing out. So it means being okay with not knowing everything, being happy not attending every family event or every party that is happening out there, and also not keeping up with the trend of tech and everything that you see in this entire social media platform, and also finding joy in little things, right? It could be anything. Having your own freedom is actually a joy. Being yourself is a joy. So it should not be the fear that is actually going to take you over, or your feelings. It should be the joy. Wherever you are, whatever you do, you should do it with the 100% of your full-heartedness, so that it brings some sort of fulfillment, and it brings some sort of joy into your thoughts, and as well as into your ideas behind the execution. The joy doesn't have to be buying expensive gifts for yourself, right? It could be something, having an evening and a pleasant walk in the nature, sitting by the river stream, reading a book, or enjoying with your family. It's joy of finding happiness, and also joy of actually taking control over your feelings, and joy of finding every single detailed happiness in things that you do. How do we even handle FOMO? Let's start with social media. Social media is a bane and a boon. Limiting the social media usage can actually help you, I would say, more than 50% of coming out of this FOMO sphere, because it is something that will cause your mindset, and it will cause your decision, and it will cause your ability to think in a way it controls. Basically, more the social media usage, it more affects your personal life, and as well as your decision, and also your feeling towards everything that you do. You don't really need to consume every single content or a reel or a feature that is available on different platforms right there on social media. It is just there for entertainment, and you consume it as an entertainment in a very limited way, and you don't really need to immerse yourself into that on a daily basis, and starting from morning until evening. When you're bored, don't pick up a phone, pick up a book and read about it, or read anything from that, right? If you want to know more about how phone is taking control over us, please check out my other video, which I'll be putting in the description, or over here or here. Be intentional. Ask, do you really need this? Ask, does it really matter to me? This particular reel that I consume, and this takeaway that I'm getting it, is it something that is actually what I want in my life? Is it something that will help myself or my family in any way or form? You should be always intentional and ask, like, why am I doing this? Why do I really need this? Is it going to bring me something good? Celebrate small wins. In your life, you do many things which goes unrecognized because of all the other sound and the noise outside. You will actually have a very less focused on your small wins that you actually do. If you set a target to get up every single day in the morning around 6 o'clock, if you achieve that in every week on a constant basis, that's a win. You should think in a way that you are marching towards a progress, and not brooding yourself over something that really doesn't matter to you. Practice gratitude. I don't know how this would actually resonate with everybody, but feeling gratitude for things that you have in your life and also things that your family does for you, and every single feeling that comes out of gratitude is a good thing, and that keeps you grounded, and it helps you in navigating your mindset in the right way. Finally, this is very important. Talk about it. You're not alone. FOMO isn't something that is causing or that is only experienced by one set of people. It is with everybody. But social media users or social media non-users, it really doesn't matter. One or the other way, the FOMO keeps happening and everybody experiences it on a very different level. So next time when you feel FOMO itch, please stop and ask yourself, is this about desire or is this really about fear? You're not alone. You're not behind. You're not failing at your life. You're just building your life. You're just doing great at your life. You're just absolutely following the mindset and the goal that you have set for yourself. One moment, one choice at a time is what you are doing. That's it. You don't really need to experience FOMO in this way. So take control over it and come out of it as soon as possible. Thanks for watching until now. Hit that like button and subscribe for more such content. Let's stay connected and let's keep learning. Having all said that, I'm Sunil signing off. See you all soon in another video. Until then, take care and stay safe.